Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Yes, I am. So, I would like to welcome you to the channel. For those of you that have never been here before, and those of you that have watched my content, thank you for watching. Today, we have an article from Fierce Wireless from Miss Monica Alvine. Today, May 6th, this is May 6th, 2022 at 12:29 p.m. Today, as of this recording, Dish doesn't plan to ask for extension to 5G network build. I see this picture there of Dish Network's architecture to a materially different than other companies' legacy network, and that isn't going to work to Dish's benefit, according to the company. There's about 5 weeks to go. Dish Network might be looking to extend its deadline for covering 20% of the U.S. population with 5G. After all, it's been dealing with the efforts of COVID the past 2 years. I doubt that too much. But chairman and co-founder Charlie Ergen said there are no plans to do that. We're just going to get it done, he said. We don't think we need to ask for an extension at this point, Ergen said in an answer to analyst questions during the company's earnings call on Friday. We want to keep our nose to the grindstone and do what we said we were going to do. Ergen said Dish was fortunate in that it ordered radios before the full impact of supply chain constraints hit. Backhaul and power are different, but still not enough of a challenge, apparently, to lead to an extension. We have a can-do attitude. This is a great project. They've been through it before. This isn't our first rodeo, he said, noting that analysts and others have been frustrated because Dish company executives aren't going to trade shows or conventions to talk about what they are doing. But every minute they're not out there and doing, that gives them more time to meet their build-out deadlines. This will share more at Analyst Day in Las Vegas tomorrow. As part of the government's approval of the T-Mobile merger with Sprint, Dish was set up to become the fourth facilities-based carrier in the U.S. It acquired the Boost Mobile prepaid business from Sprint separately. It also required Ting and Republic Wireless customers as well. While it's built this new 5G network, it's operating a retail business under MVNO agreements with T-Mobile and AT&T. That's where it reported losing 343,000 subscribers in the first quarter of this year, more than 161,000 that it lost a year ago quarter. The company ended the quarter with 820 million retail wireless subs. ARPU was $37.72, and churn, that means people leaving the company, was 5.11%. Dish cited competition and transition from customers off CDMA as part of the problem. Ideally, the customers on CDMA, which is being shut down by T-Mobile, would go right into Dish's new network. But what about out there, everybody, the CDMA is being shut down by AT&T? What about them? Oh, anybody out there can explain that out there? What about the CDMA being shut down by AT&T? We'll go right onto Dish's network, but it's not ready yet. So it's dealing with an in-between stage where they need to be served through MVNO deals. Dish blamed part of that on T-Mobile shutting off the CDMA network sooner than Dish had expected. Waiting on the DOJ. In a 10Q filing, Dish explained that T-Mobile and Dish earlier this year reached a proposed settlement and an amendment to their network services agreement, which, among other things, settled open disputes, including CDMA matters, and contained favorable terms to them. But before Dish and T-Mobile could enter this proposed settlement and amendment, they were required to obtain the approval of the DOJ and are still waiting for that. Ergen said that the DOJ has some changes in mind when it comes to the amendment or would have been approved by now. The DOJ has been reviewing the amendment since February of this year, February 22nd, and the delay is accelerating problems for Dish. I know that the justice has a lot of things on their plate, and maybe this isn't the most important thing that they're looking at, but for us, obviously, it's a very important thing, Ergen said. Now, about that 20% commitment, okay? Dish needs to offer data to 20% of the population of the U.S. by June 14th, according to the Ergen. He said what it offers out of the gate isn't going to be as robust as they'd like for several reasons. The Department of Justice still needs to approve changes to its agreement with T-Mobile and has some roaming agreements that are in that amended agreement that are waiting for the DOJ's approval. In addition, it doesn't have Band 70 supported in its phones yet, and we have high-priced phones. Oh boy. What kind of phones do you think they have, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? The Las Vegas launch, called Project Genesis, happened on Wednesday, last week, and includes an offer of $30 and one handset. For context, Wave 7 research principal Jeff Moore called Dish's launch in Las Vegas this week a clown show for several reasons. 9 months late, he told Fierce on Thursday. For another, there's only one phone available, a Motorola model for $900, and there's no retail stores. This executive said on Friday, described Las Vegas launch as early learnings, but also stopped short of revealing too much about the retail strategy to rivals. Ergen said the main thing is to get the network up and running, the network up and operating. Start putting water through the pipes and see how it's all working. We haven't done this before. It's new to our company. Although most of our team has done it before, ultimately our ability to compete is going to be the quality of the network, he said. Adding that it's not just the quality of the network, but the architecture that's materially different than other companies' legacy networks that are operating today. Dish is building an open radio access network, cloud native, and virtualization principles, whatever that is. It's a modern network in a modern world. We still have a lot of legacy in current networks. He's very impressed with how they'll work. Incumbents are to be commended for how well they work, he said, but they're complicated, expensive, and sluggish in terms of change. And Dish says it's going to be different. 12 gigahertz for fixed wireless access. Dish noted in its 10Q filing that it directly invested about $20 billion in wireless spectrum licenses and made over $10 billion in non-controlling investments in certain entities, for a total of about $30 billion. Besides reaching 20% of the U.S. population by June, it must reach 70% of the population by June of next year. We'll see how that goes, I guess. Asked about using spectrum for fixed wireless access, Ergen said they're watching closely what T-Mobile and Verizon are doing. For the FCC's Dish requests to use the 12 gigahertz band for 5G, in which we think is an ideal frequency for that, and it could serve millions of customers with fixed wireless, particularly in rural America. We are hopeful the FCC will make some ruling on that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for watching this video today, and I'm glad to be back doing these again. So we thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and on Thursday, May 12th at 8 p.m. will be a live stream. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great night. Bye-bye.